Alyssa. I'm going to be right back. I have to go run and do one thing and then I will get started. Give me 1 second. Bye. Okay, we can get started now. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so the purpose of today's orientation is that predominantly we are going to go over kwbresources.com, and that's going to be our primary office resources page. There's just a lot on there, and I feel like it more than meets the eye, if you will. So I like to take some time to dive into that with you guys together so that hopefully you will have an idea of where to find different things as you guys are getting comfortable at the office. So this is, as I mentioned, it's kwbresources.com. That's going to be the website that we use for a lot of different things. Primarily the office training calendar is probably the most exciting part. So now that we are on the KWB Resources homepage, the first thing I will show you guys today is the new agent tab here. When you look into the new agent tab, you'll see that there's a couple of different things that will pop up immediately. And these are really more things that are relevant to you as brand new agents. So I do try to take a little bit of time to show you guys this. A couple things to preface before we really get diving into things. The first is that as you guys have questions, feel free to shout them out. Alyssa, I've got my volume on here, so if you have any questions, I will be able to hear you overhead here. So feel free to shout out your questions because I know myself, I definitely don't remember them by the end of the training. So feel free to ask away as we go through. And then the other thing is that you'll notice as we go through everything that there's multiple ways to navigate to the same information on the webpage. So I'm going to try to show you guys the most convenient ones as we roll through, but obviously you know that there's other ways to navigate to it. If one stands out for you in particular, you're welcome to go about it that way. But the first thing here on the left-hand side, you'll see it says getting started. If we were to click this learn more button, this will actually take us just to a brief checklist that kind of goes over the onboarding process. So I know both of us here today are through the onboarding process entirely. So you guys probably don't need to focus on the top half. The top half really just goes over what to expect with onboarding, like what will be asked of you in terms of providing information. And it will overview who will be reaching out to you and at what point in time. But the things that you can do immediately that are posted to the bottom here, that's something I do like to point out to everyone because one of the first things obviously is getting comfortable with kwbresources.com, also getting comfortable attending some of the office meetings here. So thank you guys for being part of orientation. This is one of them. We also have a couple other ones that I will highlight for you as we go through. Joining Ignite. If you have not taken Ignite, that's another great resource for you guys. It helps to build the foundation as a brand new agent. Normally, actually, you can take Ignite as often as you'd like. We try to tell you guys that typically speaking, if you are averaging fewer than 16 deals a year, Ignite is great just because it's constantly reinvigorating and highlighting all of those foundational baseline actions and items that you guys should be taking care of to get your business up and running. So I will talk about Ignite as well. Our next one is kicking off on Friday, November 3rd. That's going to be in person from 9 to noon, and it's Monday through Friday for 4 weeks after that. So I hope that we get to see some of our new agents there. Joining some of our office Facebook pages, which I will share with you in just a moment. There's 2 in particular that I do like for you guys to be part of because they are highly active pages. And I do think that they're very helpful in terms of getting communication threads rolling with different agents and helping to get your questions answered. We also have, I'm going to turn this up. I just realized my volume's a little down. So we also have registering your car with Torrington Preferred Parking. If that's something you've not done at this point in time and you do plan to be here regularly, especially if, hey, I'm going to start doing Ignite in November and you guys want to make sure that your vehicle is registered, it's as simple as clicking on this preferred parking link right here. It will take you to the website to do a quick parking pass. All it will ask you to do is create a brief login here. And you'll notice right there that our building number is building 2. So once you've created your login information, it'll ask you what building you're with. You'll say building 2. You'll be able to select Keller Williams here from the drop down menu. And you can actually register up to 3 different vehicles under the same link. And it's all free for you guys. So you'll be able to have 3 vehicles associated with the same pass. And the reason for this is because technically there is assigned not assigned like to the spot, but there is parking specific areas for different buildings. I've never seen someone get towed, but I don't want it to be you. So I would say just go ahead and register for the pass. The other thing in regards to the pass is once it is done and once it's being delivered to the office, it will be hand delivered to us. And what happens when it's hand delivered is Miss Sue at the front desk will set it into your mail folder. And the real reason I go down this rabbit hole of explaining all that to you guys is a lot of people don't realize that they do have mail folders here. So basically when you guys are done with your onboarding, Sue at the front desk will create you guys a mail folder, and to the room just to her right, there's a little purple ball, which I know, Alyssa, you can't see, but there's a purple wall in here. So it's similar to this one. There is a series of filing cabinets that are alphabetized by your last name. It's as simple as just opening it up to find your file folder that's in there. You'll find any mail that's ever been sent to the office on your behalf. So it's just something to get in the habit of checking here and there, see if you guys have anything. I know, typically speaking, I know the parking passes come in here. Sometimes we also see your South Carolina license are also delivered here. So anything like that, anything you prefer to direct to the office as well, you can find there. Sue's very good. If you get your South Carolina license and it's dropped off to our office, she'll send you an email. If she thinks anything looking similar to a check is in your mail for some reason, she'll let you know about that. And she also will email you anytime there's a package that's delivered on your behalf, because she'll also set it in the mailroom for you. So just want to make sure everyone knows a little bit more about their mail folders and also about the parking pass right there. So again, that was just under that Getting Started tab. And on the right-hand side here under Basic Training, if you were to select Learn More, this will actually take you to Scott Leroy Marketing's website. So Scott Leroy Marketing is our third-party marketing consultant. They are the ones who have set up all of your KW technology. So they are a great resource for you guys beyond just that initial setup. They are here to help you guys with troubleshooting your technology. They can assist you guys with some of the services as well. So because we land right on this page where you happen to see this wonderful search bar, I do like to point out that Scott Leroy Marketing has a very quick and easy form to fill out if you ever need a QR code generated. So whether it's for a flyer, for a business card, it's very simple. You can type QR code right there and it'll pop right up for you. Quick and easy, and Scott Leroy Marketing usually gets that back to you within the hour. And they are a very, very helpful team, highly responsive. So typically speaking, I would say you hear back from them with about 5 to 10 minutes of sending them an email. So feel free to keep them in mind anytime you guys are experiencing technology difficulties. I know we do have Jules and Leah in-house, and they're phenomenal resources as well. But if you guys are looking for help right away, especially if it's maybe you're away from the office, that's going to be probably the quickest way to get some assistance. So keep them in mind. The next thing on their page, there's just a couple things I like to highlight here. It's actually under this agent resources. They've made some changes to some of these websites, so I'm still trying to figure them out as I walk through it with you guys. When you click on agent resources, it will ask you for our market center number. You'll see this number repeated very often, but the number is 350, so it's 350. That is going to be our market center number anytime you see that come up. Once you've typed in your market center number, it'll allow you to now use this drop-down menu. And once you've done that, you can actually go here to training and training calendar. So Scott Leroy Marketing does offer live tech trainings via Zoom, and they're done 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. So I know that another big thing is everyone's got different schedules, and we want to make sure that you guys have all the training and resources available to you to help you succeed. So maybe if Tuesday afternoons, when we offer those in-person live tech trainings here in our office, maybe Tuesdays are just not good. Maybe I've got another job or I've got kiddos to pick up. There's just no way I can make Tuesdays work. Every other, availability here, you guys are welcome to supplement with Scott Leroy Marketing's training calendar as well, because they touch on a lot of different topics, from basics of just command overview, which they do fairly consistently on Monday afternoons. They also cover DocuSign basics as well. So if you guys have any questions about getting a foundational training and understanding of those platforms, that would be a great way to leverage your training. They also do feature specific topics, more like your database overview, setting goals. They talk about Facebook ads, referrals. They talk about a lot of great different stuff on this site. Jules and Leah do a great job of touching on a lot of these topics as well, but theirs is typically more of a 10-week overview because they just do every Tuesday. So if you guys are really trying to get a little bit more information about Facebook ads, and maybe Jules and Leah just talked about it, but you missed that class, this is a great way for you guys to also see if there's another live training you can attend. And the reason, again, always emphasizing the live trainings is it's just great to have somebody there to kind of walk you through things, and also so you guys can have your questions answered in real time. So please keep in mind that Scott Leroy Marketing has a great channel of trainings right there. The other thing I like to point out to you guys is this store option. If you just click on it, it will take you to agentstore.com. So for those of you who are looking to order business cards or name tags, if you need to make any of that happen, maybe creativity is not your strong suit, or maybe it's just, I'd much rather knock this out and not spend 2 hours trying to design something. Scott Leroy Marketing, or Agent Store rather, they have pre-done templates, and there's a good variety of them as well. So if you guys are looking, I just want to plug and play, I want to put my information in and have something mystically developed for me, that's a great way to do it. They also offer a phenomenal price point with Agent Store. So I was able to, personally, I've gotten my business cards through Agent Store, and 500 of them only cost me $39. So it's pretty reasonable, all things considered. By no means are you required to use the Agent Store. It's just something that I want you guys to be aware that exists. If you choose to do a more specific and unique route by going through Canva or Vistaprint, anything like that, the big thing to note is that you guys just need to make sure, especially provisional brokers, make sure that you are verifying with Tasha Viney, our BIC associate, that everything that is legally required to be on your business card is there. And more importantly, anything that cannot be there is also not on there. And that's just a big one. I will share with you a little bit more about Tasha's contact information, her office hours, so you guys know how to be in touch with her. But that's going to be the person to go to make sure that everything looks good, mainly because I would truly hate for anybody to pay to print something and then find out after the fact that maybe something was missing that needed to be on there, and now you can't use those cards. So rather than go and learn the hard way, we'll go ahead and get ahead of it, and we will talk to Tasha, get everything approved. They also offer name tags here as well, and package deals for the two items together. So check out the Agent Store if that's something that appeals to you. It is a great point of reference for business card ordering. If we scroll a little bit lower, again, we're on that new agent page here. You'll come across a little list of Facebook pages. I will tell you right now that these top 2 are our most active Facebook pages, and I highly recommend being part of them if you're not already. This first one here is an internal Facebook page. It is just our agents and our leadership team. So we're in there constantly. Me specifically, I am constantly posting about all the trainings and events we've got coming up, attaching the link right there. So it's easy for you guys to immediately get involved in anything of interest. The other great thing about that too is that our agents are constantly communicating with each other as well. So if you guys are working with somebody who's looking to move to New York and you're not quite sure of a great agent in New York, you can say that in Facebook. You can say, anybody got a great referral agent in New York, and people will start screenshotting their actual contact information from their phones and getting you guys in touch with great people. I can't say it enough. We are a very collaborative office, and we're here to help everyone succeed. So if we can do anything to help push you forward, we're going going to try our best to do that. And that's the same goes for the agents in this office as well. So as you guys have questions, you're welcome to drop those into the Facebook. A lot of times people will give suggestions. I know sometimes if you're looking for a specific criteria of house for your buyer and there's just nothing that's screaming out to you on the market, people will let you know, like, hey, I do have a listing that matches that. It's coming soon, and people will keep assisting you with trying to, again, propel your business forward. So a great way to communicate with a lot of agents at one time. And there's just a lot of information that gets put in there as well that's very helpful to you guys. The next one down, very similar in concept, another internal Facebook page. This one will be agents, leadership team, and our preferred vendor partners. So part of KW Valentine, we do have a preferred vendor program. It's a great program here. We've got a lot of wonderful partners as part of that. So if you guys are working with clients and you do need to get them quotes and things like that, because maybe they do need a roof repair, or maybe they do need some assistance with crawl space, just checking everything out, making sure nothing's going to collapse. If you guys do have to reach out to anybody about any of that, please feel free to contact our vendors first. They've all been vetted by other KW agents in this office. So we know that they do great work and that they've got great reputation with our office and clients. So please be part of that Facebook page. Mostly those vendors are on there just letting you guys know about different promotions they're running, new services they're offering. So it's just a great way to stay on top of things. And one of the best features of Facebook is you can just search on a page. So if you searched plumber, all of the plumbers that we have in our vendor program who are part of that page will immediately come up. So it's an easy way for you guys to shop around for quotes for your clients, because I think the rule is 3 usually. I'm not an agent, so I don't always know. Sometimes I just say things. But those are going to be 2 really great pages for you guys to be part of if you're not already. And I am an admin on both of those pages, so I can approve anybody who does try to submit a request to join later today. The next thing down here, as we scroll a little bit further, is going to be Kellerisms. I'm actually not going to open this one up today. It's another PDF breakdown, but when you open it up, it does kind of overview all the language that you'll hear here at Keller Williams. You'll notice that some of it is going to be more specific to our office, because that's part of the amazing thing about our KW culture is it's so unique and so well built, and just it's a great culture here. But as part of culture, we do have a little bit of a different language. So if you guys are noticing like, hey, I don't know what a capper is actually, and I feel a little shy, I don't want to ask anybody and seem like I don't know what I'm doing, Kellerisms will break down just about every single term that you'll hear in the office that you may not hear outside of these walls. So it'll give you real world terms to compare them to, so you have a better understanding of what everything is referring to and what it means. However, you don't have to be shy. You're welcome to ask our leadership team. We're happy to assist you, but I do understand if it's like, hey, I'm a little timid, or it's 3 a.m. and there's no way Liz is going to get back to me, that's fine too. But keep this in mind if you guys do have questions about what you're hearing in the office. And a little bit lower down, we do have also access to answers.kw.com. So answers.kw.com is going to be a great resource page for you guys if you have questions about Command and you're trying to learn how to use it. The great thing about our CRM here is it has so many capabilities. Keller Williams created it themselves, so it is built to a whole new standard, if you will. One of the downsides to that is it's also something you will literally not encounter unless you're part of Keller Williams. So when you guys first are joining, or maybe first transferring to our office, you're realizing for the first time that maybe this is a platform you don't know very well. And that's very common. I would say probably technology is the scariest part for a lot of people, is they're like, okay, I'm not bad at technology, I just really have to understand this technology. So if you guys are trying to figure out your Command, and you know that reading through like articles and kind of understanding things that way is great for your learning style, if you're very visual, I would definitely recommend answers.kw.com. It's an entire website built up of frequently asked questions about Command. So it's a great way for you guys to get a lot of insight as to how to navigate through that platform. So keep that in mind. It also has several different KW technology platforms as well. So it's not just specific to Command, but it's a great resource for you guys. They include screenshots and things like that. So it's very easy to follow along. And it's also a great way to access assistance with troubleshooting your technology or understanding it better late at night. Because I know not all offers are submitted during the day. Sometimes they're submitted at 11 p.m. So feel free to use answers.kw.com. And similar to that, ideas.kw.com is a sister website to answers.kw.com. And this website in particular is designed for your feedback. So if you guys have feedback about Command and you're like, I love this feature right here, but if we could make that feature accessible on this page too, I think that would simplify things. They want to hear that. Keller Williams or KWRI really wants to know how to constantly improve Command so it can be the most user-friendly platform and the most assisting platform for you and your business. They want you to be able to leverage elements of your business through Command. So if you guys have suggestions on how they can constantly be improving, they want to hear that from you. So you're welcome to provide any feedback you'd like at ideas.kw.com. A little lower here, you'll have access to the Ignite materials, but you'll also see those posted to individual Ignite sessions on the calendar as well. And then we do have access to our training calendar right here, but I will be honest, this took a lot of digging to get to. So I'm going to show you the easier way to get to the calendar in a couple minutes here. And just a little bit lower, if you guys are looking to book a conference room, we do have several conference rooms available to you as agents in our office. It's one of the resources that are free for you guys to use as part of Keller Williams Valentine. I believe we have 6 different conference rooms and they vary in capacity. So if you guys are looking to book a conference room for anything in particular, it's as simple as just registering here. You'll create a quick login through SCADA, and then you'll be able to book the conference room. When you guys are booking the conference room, it will open up to a big spreadsheet. It's very easy to follow along. At the top of the page, it will show you all the conference rooms we have, the capacity that they hold, and then down the right hand or the left hand side, it will tell you all the time slots. So it's as simple as just dragging and dropping to book a conference room. The only thing really to note is that we do prefer that these be reserved for more collaborative efforts. So if you guys are meeting with a client, having a consultation, meeting with a coach, anything like that, usually 2 or more, right? People, we say that that's a great opportunity for you guys to use the conference rooms. If you're just looking for an independent space to work, something a little quieter, we do have several vacant cubicles in the office that you're welcome to pop down at for a little bit and just hang out and focus on what's in front of you. I know myself, if I sit in the hub, personally, the hub is also available, but I know myself, if I sit in the hub, I will chat away. So I need somewhere a little more quiet. We do have some cubicles actually just past us here. If you were to continue down the hall and take a right, there's some cubicles that actually have a little sign. It says day desk. So those are great ones to use if you're just looking for some independent space. You're also welcome, like I said, to use the hub out here with the high top tables. And we do have a tech lounge as well. So if you ever forget a laptop or maybe you just need to use the computer, that's an easy way for you guys to do that as well. So this was all just under that new agent tab, if you can believe it. So we're going to go right back to the home page here, and I'm going to try to show you guys quickly. We do have our wonderful leadership team right here. All of the roles that each of these wonderful ladies has. I'm not sure why, I was going to say, I'm not sure why Michelle's picture is so blurry, but this explains what each of us does on leadership, what our roles are, and it also has our contact information. So this is a bit of a staff directory, if you will. If you guys aren't sure who to reach out to, this will help to provide some insight of who's responsible for what and how you can get in touch with them. But as we scroll a little bit lower, you'll notice there is a can't miss video of the week. Ironically enough, this video has stayed up here because of its popularity. This is an Ultimate Command and DocuSign overview. It's only 25 minutes and it goes over both platforms thoroughly in terms of how the two communicate with each other, how you can make sure everything's set up correctly. So when you do finally go to submit that offer, you're not going to have any hang up. So I would recommend checking out that video at your earliest convenience. That's a great one to watch. And it was done by Jules and Leah. So it's got a lot of great information from our very own tech coordinators. Just a little bit lower down here, we also have the office calendar. So if you were to continue scrolling down the home page, you will come across our office training calendar. However, if you do click on this tab right here, it will pull you straight to where you want to go. So this is our office training calendar. As you can see, it's very full. We do a lot of stuff here in this office. So Keller Williams is going to be one of the best firms out there, not to toot our own horn, in terms of training and opportunities to get a lot of education for your real estate career. So So if you guys are looking to be involved in any of that, we would love to have you for some of our events and trainings. So it's as simple as just checking out the training calendar, clicking on anything of interest for you guys. For example, we do have a home staging agent panel this afternoon. So if that's something that interests you guys, be part of that. You can see right here, it does look like it gets chopped off, but obviously once you click the event, it does give you more information. You guys can scroll to see as much information about the event as provided. You'll also be able to see that there's flyers usually attached. And then if there are any required registration links, they'll be posted to the event as well. So for example, this one does not have a registration link. You'll see that there, and it will also say no registration necessary. But if you guys are looking at the iFinder training, it will tell you how to RSVP. Same with Mastermind with Omega. This one is going to be no registration required. So please play around on the calendar. This is something that I work very closely with. So keep constantly referencing it so that you guys know what's going on in the market center. And then at any point in time, if you guys come across a training and you've got questions about it or would like to know a little bit more, you're welcome to email me, and I'm happy to take the time to go over that information with you. But this is going to be a really great tool for you guys to be involved and also to continue bettering yourself and your business. As we scroll a little bit lower, this just kind of highlights some of our recurring meetings here in the office, one of which is orientation. We've got ALC meetings, we've got team meetings and Tech Tuesdays. So our ALC meetings is when all of our agent leadership council gets together and they have different discussions about what's going on in the market center, and they're constantly looking to make Valentine a better place to be for both the agents and everyone involved. So we are trying to constantly help out with making decisions on behalf of Valentine, and we do not make any decisions without talking to our ALC first. So we will bring them decisions to make, and they will sit there and vote on them. You guys are welcome to be part of these conversations, sit in on them so you can hear what they're discussing and know what they're voting on. The only thing that we ask is if you choose to participate in an ALC meeting, allow them to hold the floor and just be a quiet observer. But that would be the only thing really with ALC. Team meetings are the second and fourth Tuesday of every single month. They are high energy and lots of fun. This room is typically pretty full for our team meetings, if I'm being honest, and it's a lot of fun to be part of. In those team meetings, we go over what's going on in the market. We sometimes sit down with other agents. We ask them what they're doing to be successful. We're congratulating our agents, welcoming our agents. It's a really great way to get a sense of community here at KWB. We also do offer vendor fairs at these. So just outside this door out into the hub, any vendor partners that have signed up to be part of that team meeting will actually set up shop at those tables. So you guys have an opportunity as well to go meet and mingle with the vendors in our program. So it's a great opportunity for you guys to get connected with not only agents in the office, but our vendor partners as well. And then the last thing here is just going over our Tech Tuesdays, which, as we discussed, repeat every Tuesday and vary in topic. But Jules and Leah are phenomenal teachers and instructors, and they will make sure that you guys have a lot of fun and get a lot of information out of class. They also even do video workshops, which are pretty entertaining, I'll be honest. So have fun with this, guys. Check out the calendar and be part of as much as you can. We highly encourage it. If you scroll a little bit lower here, you will see our wonderful broker in charge, Miss Sabra Romeo. You will also see our wonderful BIC associate, Miss Tasha Viney. So Sabra is our broker in charge. She is incredibly patient and kind, as is Tasha. They are both here to help you guys succeed as much as they can. Obviously, Sabra does oversee a lot of agents, so she has Tasha here to help assist her with all of that. Tasha is just about as equally knowledgeable as Sabra, and she's very, very available to help you guys as well. The one thing about Sabra, as much as she is available via text, via email, Sabra is not commonly in the office. She actually has a 100-year-old mother that she stays with to take care of. So Sabra is not always here, but Tasha Viney does come in very frequently to the office. So she's actually got some office hours posted here just to the left. So you guys have an idea of when you can pop by to ask a question versus when you'll have to email or call. So please keep this in mind. Great resources between the two of them. We also have a little information here about renewing your licenses. So as we get back around to June, now that we're midway through, I guess, that year, if you will. Once we get closer to June, you're starting to stress out about renewing everything, making sure you're squared away. You guys are welcome to reference these charts and guides. They're going to help explain what that looks like as a process. Make sure that you know where to check to see where you're standing. If you do have anything you're still responsible for obtaining prior to being able to renew your license. It'll go over all of that for you, and it's just a reference guide, because I know, especially in the first few years, it might be kind of hard to remember everything you're responsible for keeping up on. So that's going to be a great point of reference for you guys to make sure you're in a good standing. A little bit lower down, you'll see that this is our actual Agent Leadership Council. So these are the wonderful agents that we've got that represent and make up our ALC this year. You'll see each of their names as well as their contact information. And above that is actually the committees that each of these individuals serve. So if you guys are trying to get connected with any of them, find out more about what their committee teaches or goes over, or even just have the conversations with them about maybe like, what are you guys thinking about planning for next month? Like, I'd love to hear that conversation. You guys are more than welcome to email any of them, reach out to them, attend their meetings, which will be posted to the office training calendar, because they would love to have your participation and your involvement. These committees are great, and they offer a lot of great things, and they're constantly striving to make Valentine the amazing place that it is. So if you guys do have questions about anything or just want to be part of it and get involved, they'd love to hear from you. Little bit lower down here, we do have our productivity coaches as well. So what we say as part of joining KW Valentine, especially as a brand new agent, we don't necessarily have one particular mentor that you guys are assigned to. What we do instead is we consider 3 pillars of mentorship to kind of build up to a similar involvement level, but between 3 different people. The first of these pillars is going to be your productivity coach. Your productivity coach is here to help you guys with strategy, goal setting. They're here to make sure that you guys are setting your business up for success from the get-go. They're going to go over lots of lead generation tactics with you guys. They'll go over script practice with you guys, and they're really going to help to get your business in motion. More importantly than anything, I think that they are one of their best roles is that they're your accountability partner. They are going to be checking in with you guys. They'll meet weekly with their entire coaching group, but then they will also have one-on-one appointments with you guys, so they can help to keep track more specifically of your numbers, make sure that you are still reaching that goal. If you're not quite close to that goal, we're going to reevaluate. Do we need to change the goal? Do we need to re-strategize in how we're lead genning? So you're going to get a lot of great insight out of your coaches who all have very successful businesses here at KWB. But most importantly, like I said, that accountability partner is huge, because I think it's always super easy to say, I'm going to do XYZ every single day. It's a little bit harder to actually execute and do XYZ every single day consistently. So they are here to assist you guys with that. The next pillar of mentorship that you guys receive as part of onboarding is your T group partner. So your T group partner is your transaction group partner. These individuals, again, as well, are in our top 20%. They are here to help you guys with understanding the contracts and forms that you'll be working with. I know that especially before it's muscle memory, it might be a little hard to understand all of the content that's exemplified throughout those forms. So if you guys are trying to understand them in a much more digestible rate, where you're just kind of chunking it week by week, your T group partners are going to be phenomenal resources. So they will meet weekly, again, with all of their group. You guys will be able to go through that curriculum together, and they'll go through each side of the transaction, listing and buying. They'll go through renters. They're here to help answer a lot of those questions for you guys. And during that meeting, you'll have an opportunity to really get in depth and ask those questions as you're going over things. But most importantly, it's designed to help you guys feel confident and comfortable going into that first transaction. Before it really sticks with you like glue, they want to make sure that you know as much as you can. And I always also suggest to you guys, your T group partners, because of their knowledge, are great resources for you to come to with questions. If it's not a hair on fire legal issue, a lot of times you can go to your T group partner before going to Tasha or Sabra, and your T group partner should be able to assist you. If they can't, then they'll defer you and say, hey, actually, no, that's not in my wheelhouse. Talk to Tasha, talk to Sabra. You'll want to do that. Because the reason being that, again, Tasha and Sabra are responsible for overseeing about 500 agents, whereas your T group partner is going to have a group that's closer to 50. So it's just, again, a quicker and easier resource maybe to get to. But again, keep Tasha and Sabra in mind at all times. And a little bit lower down here, we have our first step partners. So this is the third and final pillar of mentorship here at KWB. Your first step partner is more of a KWB expert. And we joke around and we say they're kind of like your first friend here. They're here to check in on you guys as you're getting acclimated to the office. We know that it does feel like you're getting sprayed with a fire hose when you first start. We know that it's a lot of information that you're going to be responsible for and that you just kind of get thrown at you. And we know that independent contracting, if it's your first time in it, it can be a little scary. You don't have a roadmap necessarily of what to do next. So they're going to be checking in with you guys every couple weeks just to see how you're doing, see if you have any questions that they can help you guys out with. And they're really more of our KWB experts. So if you do like, okay, I know that Liz said that the parking pass gets to the office, but where does it go? Hey, Carrie, could you help me answer that question? She will gladly do that for you. But the big thing that I like to point out when we talk about your first step partners is the new agent 30, 60, 90 ramp up that's posted next to each of their names. That is going to be a checklist in Google Sheets that overviews week by week in those first 90 days. What can you guys be working on? Because again, we know that it can be a little ambiguous in terms of what do I do next? I want to make sure I'm doing something productive, but I don't know what that looks like. This is going to be a checklist overview just to help guide you guys. So in the event that you are feeling lost or confused, that's a great reference for you just to help point you in the right direction of these are activities that you can be doing to help propel your business forward. They'll be there. We'll highlight specific trainings. We'll highlight different activities you can be doing. It's not going to be a graded checklist. We don't expect everyone to have a 100%. I did every single thing on the checklist. This is more just a reference guide in the event that you guys are feeling a little confused or lost on what to do next. We'll scroll a little bit further. Down at the bottom here, we have helpful resources and frequently used sites, but there's a much easier way to get to those. So we're going to jump over quickly to the next tab here. This is our FAQ tab. And this is really just giving you an idea of who on leadership kind of does what. Similar to our staff directory, if you guys are having specific questions, but you're not sure who to reach out to, this will help you guys a little bit in understanding who is responsible for what duties here on the leadership team. So if you have a question about commission requests, if you hover your mouse right over that tile, it'll tell you Lynn Davis is the one to reach out to, and it will show her email there. Similar to the rest of these other 9 tiles, if you guys are trying to find anybody in particular and you're not quite sure who to reach out to, this just helps to give you an idea of who it might be. And then the other thing to point out is if you're realizing, hey, my question is not even remotely up there, just email me, guys. I'm happy to take any questions if you don't know who to go to. And if I have the answer myself, I'll give it to you right then and there. If I do not, I'll help connect you guys with who will have that answer for you. So the next tab I'm going to go to today is this on-demand training tab. You'll notice it's password protected. So the password for this tab is going to be a capital B, lowercase a, m, c, 350. And I'll say it again, we have one more password protected tab that I'll repeat that for. But once you guys are into this on-demand training tab, the first thing I like to point out is on this left-hand side for you, if you click the on-demand button, this is going to take you to our KWB YouTube channel. So our KWB YouTube channel has prior recordings of a lot of our recurring meetings. The important thing to note is this is not every single training. This is only going to be recurring meetings, and you'll see them organized by playlist here at the bottom of the screen. So if it does not classify as one of those playlist options, it's probably not going to be posted here. The only times we do have recordings, again, something to point out, is anytime something's offered via Zoom. Typically, if something's offered via Zoom, we do have a recording available. And the reason that we don't just post all of those is because we do emphasize the importance of being part of the live training, whether that is Zoom participation or if it's in person. We want you guys to be able to ask your questions and get them answered rather than just watching a recording. So feel free if you do miss something truly, like I was sick or, I had something come up and I just couldn't make it. You guys are welcome to reach out to me because if I do have access to that recording, I'm happy to share it with you guys so you can still get that information. But this is a great way for you guys to come to the kind of a hub of a lot of those recordings here. So for those recurring meetings, if you miss team meeting and you really want to know what we talked about, this is a great way to do that. If you miss a Tech Tuesday and you guys want to know what you missed in the Facebook ads, that's a great way to get that information as well. What I will say is, in addition to that, sometimes YouTube will decide that, a recording violates some policy of theirs, even though I know it doesn't, but I can't fight YouTube past a certain point. So in the event that does happen, you may notice a specific recording. If you're looking for maybe the last Tech Tuesday class and you just can't find it on there, you're welcome to email me, because a lot of times if it just says, no, Liz, you can't post that one today, I won't even bother trying again. It won't let me get around it, but I will still have the recording on my computer. So I'll still be able to share the content with you guys. It just won't necessarily be able to be published on YouTube. So feel free, keep me in mind, guys, if you're looking for something specific on this channel and you don't see it, because I am happy to send you what I have as long as I still have access to it. Close out of that one. Similar in concept on this right-hand side, this is Scott Leroy Marketing's YouTube channel. There's a very loud video right there, so I'm going to pause that before it even goes. But as you guys scroll through, we know the value of Scott Leroy Marketing, what they talk about, all the tech trainings they offer. This is a hub for all of their prior recordings. So they actually have a great variety here. You have some that are just tech tips. They're shorter, maybe 10 minutes or less. You've got some full-length trainings that they upload, actual class recordings that they upload. So you guys will be able to get a lot of information. And I mean, this goes back for years. So if you guys are looking for anything and everything, you know, when it comes to tech help, especially I know dual career agents, sometimes it's very difficult to make the afternoon schedules work to catch those trainings live. This is a great way for you guys to be able to still get that information, but on your schedule and on your timeline. So please keep this in mind, especially if you are like working late at night and you're like, what the heck? I don't understand this feature. This is a great way for you guys to get that information in real time. And it's tutorial style. They're sharing their screen. They're showing you how to navigate everything directly. So definitely a great resource for anybody looking for some additional tech help. This is an awesome opportunity. I'll close out of that. And just a little bit lower, this is just a little more information about Ignite here. But obviously you guys get a lot of that information from me, and I'm happy to share more about it with you guys. So just email me if you've got questions about Ignite. And then the next thing here is under the Office Resources tab. Before I click on it, I am going to hover over it. And the reason I'm going to choose to hover over instead is you'll notice here we have the advertising guidelines and the do not call list. For some reason, I have not figured it out yet. For some reason, when you click into the Office Resources tab, you can't click on those after you're in the tab, but when you hover, you can get to them. So if you guys are looking for what do I legally have to have on my marketing pieces, what can I legally not have on my marketing pieces, advertising guidelines is exactly where you guys will want to be. That's a great way for you guys to get information on print marketing, digital marketing, anything of the sort, so that you guys know exactly what you have to do to stay in compliance so you don't go to real estate jail. That's an important thing. And then obviously, if you have any questions about what you're reading, or maybe something wasn't quite covered in full, to assist you guys with what your question was, reach out to Tasha and Sabra. They're happy to help you guys beyond that point. The next thing below there, I'm sure most of us know about the do not call list and its importance. You do not want to call the wrong person who is on that list, because you'll get a very hefty fine. And that's not fun for anybody. So if you guys need assistance with getting registered for the do not call list so you guys can see who is on it and who not to call, check that do not call list tab right there. It will allow you guys to access step-by-step instructions on how to get signed up, so you have that information. But the rest of the stuff is available to you once you get into the Office Resources tab. It's going to be the same password that I shared earlier. So it's a capital B, lowercase a, M, C, 350. It stands for Ballantyne Area Market Center, if it helps jog your memory. And once you're in the Office Resources tab, you guys will see a couple other things here. The first thing is going to be, I know everyone here is at least North Carolina licensed, so we'll do these North Carolina one. On the left-hand side, if you hit this Get Forms button, this will take you to a Google Drive folder that Miss Sabra designed, and it's got a ton of great forms in here for you guys. The first thing I will disclose is this is not every form you'll need. This is not going to be all the state contracts and forms. Most of these are more KWB specific forms. So if you guys are looking for referral agreements, a W-9, if you're looking for a working with real estate agent or something along those lines, disclosures about our partnerships, anything like that, this is where you will find that information. There's also some fun infographics in there as well. If you guys are doing your first buyer walkthrough, this takes you from walk-in to walk-through. It shows you everything that you guys should be looking for and handling as the agent to help assist and provide value to your clients. So there is some fun infographics on there in addition to everything else you'll see. Again, if you guys check here for something something and you realize it's not here, the next place you should be checking is Canopy through Matrix Zip Forms, or you guys should be checking your DocuSign because it should populate in DocuSign for you for those state contracts. And then the converse to that, if you guys are starting in your Matrix Zip Forms or starting in DocuSign, you realize you're missing a form and you think it has something to do with Keller Williams Valentine specifically, check this folder here because this is where you'll find a lot of different information. And this is usually how you guys can complete everything you need for a specific transaction. So lots of great content in here. Keep this in mind when you guys are going through transactions. In the middle here under the Get Checklist button, this is going to be, again, built up by Sabra, another Google Drive folder, but these checklists were actually designed by her as well. And these checklists are super handy dandy tools for you guys. If you are first going through those couple transactions, I've never done this before. I've never done this particular sale before. Whether you're North Carolina, South Carolina, buyer, seller, renter, rentals, anything like that, you can click on any one of these checklists and it walks you through step by step. Hey, this is what you will be responsible for. These are the if applicables. This is the timeline that you guys will need to work with. And it gives you a ton of information on there. So please do reference these. I know that that's probably one of the biggest hurdles is making sure that you feel confident going into that first deal. So if you guys are worried about that and you want that extra little bit of support or that extra little like reference guide, check these checklists, guys. They're here to help assist you. Again, by no means are you required to use them, but if that helps give you that extra boost of confidence, we want you to have it. So please reference these checklists. They are super phenomenal and very well done. Thank you, Sabra. And on the right-hand side here, for anyone who is South Carolina licensed or becoming South Carolina licensed, you will find the North Carolina equivalent of those forms for South Carolina right there on the right-hand side. So please use these Google Drive folders, guys. Again, this covers a lot of the information that you may not be able to find in other locations. And very briefly, under the CE shop, if you were to hit find classes, we do partner with the CE shop. I should mention that first. So you'll notice we do have a dual branded website with them. This particular partnership does come with a lot of great discounts. So if you guys are looking to continue your education, whether that's I want to get another license for real estate in another state, I want to complete post licensing, CE, anything like that, it does not matter. CE can assist you guys with it. You guys can access the discount codes. They usually actually share like a good kind of info here. This chart breaks down everything that their packages offer. It shows you the original price of each, and then it also shows you what a discount would do for that, as well as the actual promo code. So you guys can really get a great idea of what that discount will do for you. And they do offer a variety of different discounts. So I would say typically speaking, CE shop fluctuates anywhere between 20% to 50%. And then anytime there's a special deal, I do receive the emails about that. So the one day only sales, I post those to our Facebook pages at 8 a.m. the morning that they go live. So that way you guys can use them the same day if you would like to take advantage of those opportunities. A couple things in particular that I do like to share. The first is if we are trying to go get the South Carolina license and maybe for the first time you're thinking I might want to do it self-paced rather than commit to the in-person classes, but you're not quite sure how self-paced will go, because I do hear it's either a huge success for people or it's either a huge disappointment for people. There's no right or wrong way to do things, guys, but if you're not quite sure and you're a little nervous to commit to self-paced, you can do a free trial through the CE shop. They let you do it for a full week, and at the end of that week, if you loved it and you're like, this was a huge success, I really want to commit to it, you'll have an opportunity to sign up and pay for the remainder of the class. However, if you hated it and you said, I don't want that score to be seen on my screen ever again, then you guys can walk away from it and never have to worry about that impacting you moving forward. So it's just something to keep in mind if you were thinking, hey, I might want to go on and get another license. I'm just not sure what my best avenue would be. That's a great opportunity to check out. And then the last thing used to be posted up here that I like to show, but they moved it. So I have to now scroll all the way to the bottom. So excuse me, guys. Under this agent essentials, if you guys actually go to Hot Topics, the reason I share this with you guys is because if you plan to have a heavy social media presence, one of the best things I've heard you guys can do is diversify the content you're sharing on your Facebook pages, your Instagram. You want it to not only be about the deals that you're closing, you want it to be about different informative pieces or something humorous and lighthearted. It just helps to get a little bit more traffic to your page. So this is a cheat code, if you will. So So this is an entire library here of ebooks, podcasts, videos, and blogs. If you guys are trying to get any informative pieces, whether it's something you would like to learn from yourself, or you would like to get entertainment value from yourself, or if it's something you just want to copy and paste the link to and post it to Facebook, so it gives you something that you've done for the day and people are getting to your page and looking at it. This is a great resource, guys. There's tons and tons of content on here. It's constantly being updated, and you can get different pieces, again, varying from informational and a little bit maybe drier, but still very helpful. And then also just like very lighthearted pieces. They had one that was a DIY, did I do this? So just some fun ones. Sometimes at Halloween, they do a how to sell a haunted house, which is also fun. So you guys can do some really great stuff with this. And again, if you're looking to post to social media regularly, but you're struggling with content one day, use this, guys. This is a quick and easy way to get something up there without even so much as a thought. It's a great tool for you to use. I will close out because those are just a couple of things I like to share on here, but there's tons more. I mean, we could probably spend an hour on this page, but I don't want to do that to you guys. So we're going to close out. But then if you scroll a little bit further, you will notice we do have access as well to the KW Valentine floor plan. I've not used it personally, but I understand fully this office is a very confusing layout. I struggled for a while with understanding where things were. So if you guys need this as a reference guide to help you out, print it off, or pull it up on your phone, whatever helps you guys out with figuring out where things are in the office. And just a little bit lower, these are numbers to know. So if you are going to get that South Carolina license, you'll notice that on your South Carolina license application, you'll need to fill out the firm license number, and that is posted right here for you. And there's a couple other numbers here as well. You may be asked once in a blue moon to pull up. So if you guys do need that information, this is exactly where to find it. We've got plenty on there. However, if you forget where this is located, you're welcome to email me, or if the number you're looking for is not there, email me as well. I'll probably have to connect you with Sabra anyways, but I don't mind being the middleman there. So just email me if you guys have questions about anything, and I'll help connect you with who's got that answer for you. On the right-hand tab here under Tech Resources, just like a couple quick things. Marty Miller for Teams, similar in style with chunking things down into digestible amounts. So it's not one evening that I spend hours and hours and hours on, but it's smaller increments of time over a longer period of time. Marty Miller for Teams helps you guys to build up your marketing profiles. So if that's not completely done yet, that's absolutely fine. Marty Miller for Teams breaks it up into 66 days, and not one video extends beyond 10 minutes. So you guys will be able to actually go through it at a very, very leisurely pace and implement little pieces of information into your marketing profile over time. And by the end of that 66 days, it will be fully up and running. It will look great. I know that a lot of our teams here love this resource and encourage their team members to use it. A little bit lower, we have Pivot Shift Ahead. So if you're not familiar with a gentleman named James Shaw, he's a great KW agent. He is very high up in KW, and I believe has a lot of sway now in the education of KW. But he offers the Pivot Shift Ahead group, which is designed to help you guys in shifting markets. So James Shaw has been in real estate long enough to have gone through the 08-09, lots of fun that was. So he was able to successfully navigate that shifting market. And I know right now the market is doing some interesting things. We've not seen it do that in a little while. So if you guys are looking for great strategies to implement and how you guys can be successful, that's a great call to be on. It's from 8 to 8:30 Monday through Friday. So it's a quick and easy commitment, and it starts your day off right. The other thing about this call in particular is that occasionally he'll even highlight different agents and say like, hey, so you said that you had this great golden letter and it got you a ton of traction. So what was in your golden letter? And they'll sit there and tell you their entire, actual golden letter content so that you guys can then rip off and duplicate, which is like, it sounds bad to say it that way, but that's part of what KW is all about. Is if you guys see something working for someone else and you guys are like, I want that, I want to know what they're doing, you can ask them, and 9 times out of 10, they will gladly tell you what they're doing so that you can do something exactly or just about as similar as you can, so that you guys can also be succeeding using similar strategies. So that's a great call to be part of. And then you guys will notice there's access to Scott Roy Marketing and KW Command as well. This next tab is helpful links. Again, similar to the last tab, I'm just going to highlight a couple of things. The first is ALC meeting minutes. So if you guys are realizing, hey, I missed an ALC meeting, but I know they were voting on something big this time, I want to know what they talked about. You guys can reference those. They will be in Google Drive folders, so you have an idea of what was discussed. There's also the prayer request form, which for me is more of a talking point in saying basically we do very seriously consider you guys to be part of our family here. So if there's ever anything going on in your lives, please keep us aware. We want to make sure that we can support you as adequately as we can, whether that's just giving you a hug in the hall or checking in on you every week. We want to know what we can be doing for you guys because we don't want anyone to feel like they're struggling or going through things alone. The other thing with that as well is we are big on prayer here. So if you guys do feel comfortable and you would like us to pray for you privately as a leadership team, we will gladly do that for you. If you do believe in the power of prayer, and the bigger the better, if you're comfortable and you say, hey, can you tell the market center? We will tell the market center. We will get you 500 agents who are going to pray on your behalf. So just keep us posted on what's going on in your lives more than anything, so we can be aware, and at the very least as leadership, help support you as much as we can. The next thing right below that is going to be KW perks. Welcome to independent contracting, guys. You do not have insurance through work anymore, and I'm so sorry. I don't either. So if you guys are looking though for insurance and you need to get a plan set up, that is obviously something that we recommend. You don't want to find out the hard way that you needed insurance. So check out KW perks. KW has recently partnered with Capstone Financial, and now you can search the marketplace and save I always forget this one. I know it's more than 10% on average agents are saving. It might be more than that, but I would hate to overstate either. So I know it's more than 10%. So if it speaks to you guys, you're looking for insurance, or maybe, hey, like I just want to see if there's something better than what I already have out there. There's nothing wrong with taking a peek and checking it out. You just plug in a little bit of information and it gives you a lot of options out there. So check out KW perks for that. The next thing here is discounts for real estate education. I get this question very often. We do also partner, in addition to CE Shop, we partner with Superior School of Real Estate. So we do have several options when it comes to real estate education. These codes are here for not only you guys to use for your real estate education, but they're also here for you guys to share. So if you've got a friend or a cousin who's like, I want to get into real estate, you can share these codes with them, guys. There's no limitations to sharing them. And honestly, it just helps you to help somebody else. And that's a big thing for us. So please do feel free to share these codes around. For Superior, you'll notice that it's pre-licensing is one, post-licensing is another, and continuing education. They're 3 separate links. CE Shop is all in one. So you'll be able to access the codes accordingly. And that's exactly what you want to do. But this is where you guys can find them. They'll also be posted to the top of our Facebook page, our main Facebook page. So you guys will be able to see those there as well. This is quick and easy access to scheduling a conference room like we talked about in the beginning. And then the thing right below here is our strategic vendor partners. If you guys forgot to join that Facebook page and, oh crap, now I have a buyer and they need some help, like I want to be able to check out the crawl space and I want a home inspector, all the things, this is where you guys can turn to. We do have it organized very neatly in a live Google sheet. Every vendor in here is organized by field or industry. So you guys have a quick and easy reference and can acquire quotes that easily. We also have the name and company that these individuals work for, our specific point of contact, their contact information, the services they offer, and a website if applicable. So keep this in mind, guys. It's such an easy way for you guys to help out your clients. And then the other thing as well that I would like to point out is you'll notice, for example, for construction, we've only got one person listed right now. If you guys are noticing that there's like a sparse category in here, but you know a great general contractor and you're like, oh my God, he would love to be part of KW Ballantyne, to talk to 500 agents regularly, like that's not a bad gig. So if you have anybody in mind that you've worked with or know great things about, keep us in mind, get us connected with them. We'd love to talk to them about the vendor program and see if they're interested in joining. Again, it's mutually beneficial. They'll be able to work with us to help your clients, and then we'll be able to help them out by giving them other other work as well. So please do let us know if there's a vendor that stands out to you guys. We're looking for a couple in particular, and you'll see that as you scroll through here. When you guys are trying to connect us with a vendor, it's as simple as just emailing both, email PJ Kennedy and CC that vendor on there, help connect them. PJ Kennedy is overseeing our vendor relations right now, and his business card is actually posted up at the front desk. So if you guys don't know his email, it is up at the front desk on his business card. So you guys will easily be able to access that. It's that simple. I'm going to close out there, and just under helpful links, that is the majority of the things I usually talk about. This Think Like a CEO podcast is Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. It's all about establishing that entrepreneurial mindset and setting your business up for success. So if you're a podcast listener, that's a great one to check out. And then the other thing I do like to share with you guys is Outfront Magazine. Very similar to the Hot Topics with CE Shop. If you guys are doing a heavy social media presence and you're struggling on what you want to post one day, Outfront Magazine will publish every single month. Every single day they give you something that you can share. So I'm not entirely sure if it's a copy and paste ordeal or if it's just like inspiration. You might want to double check me on that. But again, it's just here to help support you guys if you are trying to be constantly on social media and sharing different content. But it's a rainy Tuesday, Liz, and I have no idea what I want to talk about. Outfront Magazine has your back, guys. Check it out. They will be able to give you a suggestion of something to share that day. So that really kind of covers the majority here. If you click on this Facebook icon here in the upper right corner, this will take you to our main Facebook page. That's that private group with just leadership and agents. And then the last thing I share with you on this page as well is the I Need Tech Help button. This is one of my favorite buttons, guys. If you want to meet with Jules and Leah, just to talk to them, get to know them really quickly for 30 minutes, it's a quick and easy thing. You'll click right on that button and it takes you directly to their calendar. So you'll be able to see any available appointments that they have on these blue dot days, and you'll click on those and you'll be able to see any available slots that they have for that day. So you guys can book an appointment with them. Even if you're brand new and you're like, oh my gosh, I haven't even looked at Command yet. I don't even know what I'd talk to them about. That doesn't mean that you guys can't meet with them. You're welcome to still meet with them and have that conversation of, okay, I'm brand new. I just want to know what's the most important thing I should be doing. And they'll give you 3 or 4 things that they think is the first thing you should be working on as part of getting your Command up and running. And they'll even assist you guys with a lot of that as well. The great thing too is you can specify if you'd like this appointment to be in person in the office or if you'd like it to be online through Zoom. They're flexible. They will be able to meet with you remotely if that's easier for you. So keep them in mind. They're here to help you guys. And as you build and grow, if you're looking to say hey, I actually I've done good with my social media, but I'm ready to be done with it. I want it to stay active, but I don't want to be responsible. You guys can leverage those elements of your business to Jules and Leah as well. They offer concierge marketing services. So they're here to assist you guys if that's mailing postcards for you, if that's, sending out email campaigns for you, anything like that. They're happy to help you guys. They'll help you set up smart plans. They're really here to help you guys leverage elements of your business. So it's a little less brain power for you and a lot more effective. So keep them in mind. They are here to assist you with all of your technology needs. And I'm going to close out of that. So that is a lot, which I know. So that's all KWB resources, guys. First, before we jump to one other brief thing, because I will ask that I take 2 more minutes of your time, I'm going to show you guys how you can send office email blasts, because I realized that beforehand we were not covering that in any of the basic trainings. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that today because it's only a couple minutes, but that is a separate website. So before we jump over to a separate website, does anybody have any questions? Vicky's good. I think it's just me and you, Alyssa. Do you have any questions?
Good. Thank you.
Okay. Well, perfect. I just wanted to check because I was oh man, I feel like I just kept talking and she didn't get a chance, which is normally what I do. So this is the next site, very quick and easy. It's mykw.kw.com. So again, it's mykw.kw.com. You go there, it will ask you for your login credentials. And this is going to be what you use anytime you guys log into Command. So this is going to be the same login that you would have created with me. Well, it would be helpful if I had my login right, I guess. This will be the same login that you guys created with me when we met for our onboarding appointment. So once you guys have logged in successfully to mykw.kw.com, the the easiest way to do an email blast, and the reason I share this with you guys is, again, you'll notice not all 500 agents are in this building at one time. And I want you guys to be able to reach as many people as possible for specific things, without having to like kill yourself trying to individually reach out to all these people. So on the right-hand side at the bottom here, you'll see under quick links, it will say My KW MC350 intranet. If you click on that, guys, this will take you to where you want to be for that email blast. So the first thing you'll notice is this is all the logged posts that have happened recently. So if you guys are like, oh my gosh, Josh Kelly just made an announcement about this new coming soon listing, I really want to see more information about it, but he emailed me a couple days ago. I'm not sure where it is. A lot of the more recent announcements will stay posted to the front page here. So you'll see right there, there's Josh's announcement. But if you guys are realizing, okay, like I'm not seeing the one I'm looking for, there's a search feature here. It's very easy to find prior content, because this is an ongoing library. But most importantly, if you guys are looking to make your own post, you'll hit this add a post button. It's red, so it stands out nice and easily. This will be grayed out for you guys. That's only because I'm on leadership. So you'll actually click the associate option, and then it'll even let you select a channel. This does not impact unless somebody's filtrating by channel within the like log of in a library of posts. They're not going to miss your post depending on the channel you put. You can select anything as long as it's appropriate. The most general one is going to be just agent announcement. And once you click on it, it'll allow you to create a quick title. You'll be able to do a URL as well if you're trying to show them a link to anything. You can upload a file as well. I will say, I believe it is one file only. So if you guys do want to put like a string of pictures together or something like that, I would combine it all into one PDF or something and then post it there, because I think it's just one file it allows. Then it'll allow you to create a quick post blurb. So the post title will come through as the subject line of the email. The post blurb will come through as the body of the email, but I know it's a 190 character max. So if that's not enough space for you to share what you need to share, you can click this add full message button right here, and it will allow you to type freely as much content as you'd like. Usually for myself personally, I do find myself using both. In the event that I am using the full post option right there, I usually just make the last sentence of my like blurb at the top. I just say, see full post for more. That way people know that there's more information and they just have to click to find the next little bit. Maybe something you want to do as well. But once you're happy with everything, guys, you've got all the content you need in there, you can hit this publish post button and it will go out to everybody's email. So it will stay logged in that library where we first got on this page, but it will also individually over the next like 5-10 minutes, it will pop into everybody's email. It does happen slowly, so don't expect it right away. And I know sometimes you guys will not see it come through to yourself. So in that event, if you're like, oh my gosh, did that work? You're welcome to email me. I'll tell you if I saw it in my inbox, but that's that easy. It only takes a couple minutes to do, and it's minimal effort on your part, maximum results. So keep that in mind, guys. Great way to communicate with everybody. I know that Facebook sometimes like posts will drop down lower and lower. So this is just a great way to stay in front of everybody very easily. But that really covers everything I was going to share with you guys today. I will absolutely take any questions if there's questions on this next page. But if not, I appreciate both of your times today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful information, and I know it's a lot. So just let me know if you've got questions later. And if you guys do see the recording on YouTube, you can slow me down because I know I talk fast too. So that doesn't help either. So just keep me posted with questions, guys. I'm here to help you guys as you first get started. But thank you for your time, and I will let you go so you can have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye, everybody.